Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Travel Talk Live. In a different little setup. Sorry, it took me a little long to get on today. Only 2 minutes. How is everyone out there? I hope everybody can see me okay. I'm kind of like looking at the camera, looking at my computer at the same time. So glad to see you back. I see you guys tuning in. Just go ahead and drop me hello in the comment section. Oh, hey, Andrea. Thank you so much. I appreciate you popping in. And I see more people coming on in. So come on in, come on in. Happy Thursday. Excuse me, not Thursday. Happy Friday's Eve. I said that was the new thing that I was going to do. I was going to start calling it Friday's Eve because it just sounded, I don't know, special, cool, or whatever. So, again, as you come in, feel free to just go ahead and drop a comment. Hello to my Facebook user. Again, if you are tuning in from the Travel Talk group, Facebook group, I can't see who you are unless you register your name. So, whoever you are, thank you. Hello so much. I appreciate it. And thanks for the love, everybody. It just seems like it's been I don't want to say challenging. It's been a long week. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it was just so much because I had as you know, we dropped Paris yesterday, meaning we dropped released the Paris trip, Paris 2023. I know a lot of people have been waiting on that trip, and so I wanted to go ahead and have this live session about it so we can talk, get some more details, find out what's going on, all that kind of good stuff. I can never get my shirt in the shop, but there we go. I'm Tabitha Washington, founder of the Travel Krewe, group travel specialist, where we plan phenomenal trips for phenomenal people. Again, so happy that you're here to join us. So, what I wanted to talk about today is yesterday evening, we released our Paris 2023 trip. Um, First people that got notice of it were those that are on the email list, and then it was released on social media. If you didn't hear about it, it's because you're not on the email list, and you need to go ahead and just get on the email list. I've been saying this forever, that this is the best way to find out, and that's the URL right there on the screen. That's what you need to do. What this ensures is that you always hear all the details, the updates when things are first released and everything. This is the best way to be in the know-how. So, like I said, we went ahead and we released the trip. And I want to go ahead. I'm so sorry. I need to give you the web address. Please forgive me. I'm just going to pop this in right here. So, again, I see more people are joining us. Like I said, go ahead and drop me a little hello in the comment section. I greatly appreciate it. We have people tuning in from, we have the Facebook page, the Travel Krewe page. Of course, what I've mentioned before, we have the Facebook group, Travel Krewe Travel Talk, and we have a YouTube page. So I see people coming in on that too. So thank you. Much love, much thanks to people for tuning in. If you're on our YouTube channel right now, please subscribe. We greatly appreciate the support. So that's not what y'all came to hear all about. Y'all want to hear about this trip, and I don't blame you. So that right there is the URL for this trip. We are going to Paris. I've had y'all, I've had emails, I've had y'all sneak things in, even when I'm not even on the Travel Krewe page. Some of y'all found me on Facebook or other social media and thrown in a comment about Paris. So I know y'all been wanting Paris. I've been saying coming soon, and it finally went ahead and got released. So if you didn't know, Paris, our Paris trip is taking place. Let's see. I was trying to do a nice picture. Oh well. Let's see. Can I do that? Can y'all see that okay? I got a little delay on the screen. Yes, you can. So what you see here, Paris, May 19th through May 26th of 2023. So just a little bit over a year. Y'all, we're going to be in May on Sunday. So just a little bit over a year from now, we're going to be in Paris. I do like to release trips a little bit earlier to give people time to pay, because that's one of the beauties of booking with the Travel Crew is we do have payment plans. So that's always a good thing. So I'm going to scroll on down on the webpage, and you, of course, can look at this on your own. This is why I dropped the URL on the screen. But if you see here, I talk about what your package includes. This is some good stuff. This is a very packed itinerary, and I'm going to just talk about a few of the things, or actually I'm going to go through all of it. I'm proud of this itinerary. I like this itinerary. I got excited when I was planning it, and I actually had to hold back because if I would have kept on, you all never would have had time to breathe. And I do try to make sure that you have some free time in your schedule to explore on your own. I don't want to just pack your schedule with things, but I was very tempted to pack it because I just really like the itinerary. So what is going on with Paris? And let me say this, if you have some questions along the way, please drop them in the comment section. Let me look. I have more people telling me hello. I'm going to go ahead and just assume you're in my Facebook group, but I can't always see people. Y'all going to make me go on Facebook and look. All right. We got Kimberlyn. We got Trina tuning in. Hey, guys. All right. So glad to see you here. Okay. So, like I was saying, if you have a question, oh, and Sandra, I'm so sorry. Sandra said yes. So I guess she's ready for this. If you have a question as I talk along the way, or you have a comment, please drop them in the comment section. This is the best place to do it. This way I can address it. So why don't we just start off with the basics? So this is a 6-night trip. You see May 19th through the 26th, and you're thinking Tabitha doesn't know how to add. That's 7 days. You actually are going to lose a day going to Paris. I feel bad that I did not look up how far ahead Paris is, but Paris is ahead of us in time. I don't want to say the wrong thing and then I get embarrassed on screen. But you know what? I have a computer in front of me, so let me look. The beauty of technology. It is 1:40 a.m. right in Paris. And if you're in New Orleans in the central time zone, it's 6:40. So that is a whole 7 hours ahead. Whew, all right. They are 7 hours ahead of us. So flying there, you're going to lose time. So it does end up being 6 nights. We are flying from New Orleans. Why? Because basically the majority of us from New Orleans. But if you're not from here, that doesn't mean that we don't want you to join. We have had people from other states join our trips. There is a land only option available also, which you will see on the website. What that means is you would be responsible for your own flight to and from Paris, but the rest of the package, you would enjoy the same things. So if you don't live in New Orleans, or maybe you're interested, but you got a friend or a relative that you want to come on the trip, but they don't live here, that's perfectly fine. They can still go on the trip. They're just going to choose the land only option. Okay. So keep that in mind. We have a full package available that has a flight, and then we have the land only option where you would be responsible for your own round trip flight to and from Paris. Okay. So we are staying 6 nights at the Hotel Les Marquis. That is a 4-star hotel very near the Eiffel Tower. And I chose that because I'm like, who wouldn't want to stay? If it's your first time in Paris and stuff, you want to do the iconic stuff. I mean, some people are like, oh, I want to stay in a Parisian neighborhood and be with the natives. Nah, on your first go round, you want to do all the stuff. You want to do all the things to say, I am in Paris. And so I have the hotel very close to the Eiffel Tower. So you should be able to walking distance. Anytime you want to sneak off, go take you some pics, get your pics ready for the gram, TikTok videos, whatever that, only you could do. You got that outfit and stuff you want to break out and stuff and take some pictures. I got us close to the Eiffel Tower. So it's within walking distance and you can do all of that. Other thing that we have is daily breakfast. So there are places around. There's actually some bakeries and stuff because I mean, why wouldn't you want baked goods in Paris and stuff and fresh pastries and stuff? But we you there is breakfast available every day. I like to do that with the hotels also. So Sandra says she's in Mobile and you'll have to drive to New Orleans. Sandra, I'm gonna agree with you because I think for a major airport for international travel, you probably are better coming to New Orleans. So for the Gulf Coast area, a lot of y'all go ahead and drive on into New Orleans. So I agree, Sandra. I think that is the best bet for you to come on into New Orleans if you want to when you book this trip. I totally agree. You would book the full package. So and thank you for that. So like I said, if you have questions, comments, go ahead and drop them in. To anybody just joining, like I said, Tabitha Washington, founder of the Travel Krewe, and we're talking about the upcoming Paris trip, which is taking place next May 2023. So we've talked about the hotel. So why don't we go ahead and talk about the itinerary, because that's what you want to see. What are you getting for this trip? Right now, we know we got a 4-star hotel that's near the Eiffel Tower. You know, you have a round trip flight. I forgot to tell you, ground transportation is all included in there to get you to the hotel and stuff. That's part of the package. Also, I've taken care of that. And so now let's start with the itinerary. First day, we arrive. You're going to need time to acclimate to Parisian time. You've flown. You need to just get your body adjusted. So we're going to take it light on the first day, but we do have a welcome dinner. The welcome dinner will be within the vicinity of our hotel, so we will walk. Just a note, Paris is a walking town or a walking city. So if you are not from a commuter city, which the majority of the people that live in New Orleans, we are not a commuter city. We hop in our car for everything. You need to be prepared to walk around. Even though we do have transportation, there is some walking involved. I consider commuter cities places like New York, Chicago, Boston, DC, those type of places where people are walking and catching public transportation. There is a lot of that in Paris. They have the public bus systems. They have a metro or a subway, whichever you want to call it. That is a big thing in Paris. So you need to be prepared for that. Even though we have coaches taking us places, when we get to the sites, we need to walk. So I just want you to be aware of that there is walking involved. So the first night, we're going to take it easy, but there is a welcome dinner because, hey, we need to get to know each other. That is a good thing that I like to do on our trips, is to have a welcome dinner, meet people, because you're about to look at these people for multiple days and stuff. So, you know, let's go ahead and greet each other and everything. And then you take it easy. If you want to go explore, that's your time to explore, chill, sleep, whatever. That's the first night. So the next day, we're going to hit the ground running, y'all, because we're going to do what everybody came to do, is see Paris. So we have a Paris city tour set up. You're going to see, excuse me, y'all, if my French is off, and that's such a shame of where I live, but the Arc de Triomphe, the Champs-Élysées, I'm gonna have it perfect by next year. You're gonna see, which is kind of like the Rodeo Drive of Paris, I guess you would call it. You're gonna see all these sites, and of course, we're seeing the Eiffel Tower. But we're not just seeing the Eiffel Tower, y'all. We're gonna have lunch at the Eiffel Tower. Okay, so not everybody can say that and be like, you know what, I had lunch on the Eiffel Tower. Can y'all imagine the views? So yes, we're having lunch in the Eiffel Tower at a restaurant. I think I'm looking forward to that. So that's one of the highlights and stuff. Andrea says, take me to Paris. Come on, girl. We going. So, and also we're not going to have to stand in super long lines because we're going to have some express access into the Eiffel Tower. So that's a good thing. After lunch and stuff, we're going to go tour the Louvre Museum, which is the largest museum in the world. Everybody knows it's iconic. That's where the Mona Lisa is. A lot of the Monets and stuff like that, works of art, are at the Louvre. We're going to have a guided tour with that, and also fast entry into the Louvre. So that's a pretty packed day. You have your evening to yourself and stuff. But that's what we're doing on the first day. The next day, a little bit easy. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. With that is we're gonna head out to the Palace of Versailles, which did used to be the palace for the King of France, and now it is there as a tourist attraction. Very iconic, very ornate, very gold tapestry paintings, everything. We're gonna go check that out. That's one day. Then I'm sorry guys, I probably should have written down the itinerary, but I'm going in my head everything that's happening. Another spot we're going to do on another day. Now this I am not, you've probably heard people say, oh, they went to visit Versailles. Of course, you've heard people say they visited the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre. But let me tell you what not everybody is doing, but we're going to do on this trip. We are going to take the Black Paris tour. Anybody that's traveled with me knows if I can put in something that's focused on culture, our culture, I'm going to put it in the trip. Those who just came back from Puerto Rico with me know that we went to Louisa, which is the Black town in Puerto Rico, and had a fab time. It was so much fun. One of the people that attended, they actually turned to me when we were in Louisa because we did like the Bamba African dance and great food, turpentine. And she turned to me and she said, "Now I feel like I'm in Puerto Rico." So y'all, I do try to incorporate that into our trip. So we're doing the Black Paris tour. We're doing the original Black Paris tour because, believe it or not, there are people out there trying to bite this trip, and they may not necessarily look like they would host the Black Paris tour. That's, Anyway, Ricky Stevenson is originally from Oakland, California. It was always her dream as a little girl to live in Paris, and she's living her dream. And she has a guided tour of Paris through the perspective of the Black person. Just with people, James Baldwin, who was known for being out there. Of course, the infamous Josephine Baker, but it's just so much history that we don't realize that ties into our history and stuff that is tied to Paris. So we are going to be taking that tour. I'm really excited about it. I got finished talking to her today. That's not my first time talking to her, but when I tell y'all she's got knowledge, like she could just throw it at you. So really excited for that. We're taking a private tour. She has a walking tour that's open for everybody, but I've got her, and I made sure she knew today, do not give away my spot. I don't want anybody taking our stuff. I got it signed, sealed, delivered to make sure that she doesn't take our spot. She's excited for us. She's excited because the majority of us live here in Louisiana, and she thinks that we'll enjoy we'll see that correlation, because it's all about French culture here. Louisiana is a gift from France. So, hey, so that should be exciting and stuff. So I'm really amped to see the Black Paris tour. That's not something everybody rushes to do within Paris, but I think it's a good thing to do. So if you have any questions, I'm going to just pause for a second. I see more people have joined. Thank you so much for joining. Like I said, I have people on the Facebook business page, in the Facebook group, and on our YouTube. Like I said, if you're tuning in from YouTube, please subscribe. We appreciate it. Like and subscribe. We're trying to grow that following. All right. No questions so far. So let me see. Make sure I've run through everything that I've mentioned. So I left off with the Black Paris tour. At this point, I can't even say I'm going to be saying it in itinerary order. I'm just going to spit off what I can remember. All right, I'm going to refer to my list. So we did talk about the Paris City Tour, lunch at the iconic Eiffel Tower. We said we're going to the Louvre, our welcome dinner, the Black Paris Tour, the Palace of Versailles. Here's another one. One night, the Seine River. Y'all, I'm sorry if I'm killing the proper names. Seine. The Seine River, which runs through Paris. We're going to go ahead and take a dinner cruise on that. So how cool is that? So a nice dinner cruise tour. You'll see a lot of the highlights of Paris that way. So that's going to be a nice, fun outing. Another thing, I mean, you can't go to Paris without fashion. I mean, come on. It's it just is what it is. Oh, we I'm sorry, I'm getting thrown out thinking about the fashion. So we Paris is about fashion and stuff. And so one of the things that we are going to do is we are going to take a fashion house tour. So this one is a walk-in tour, just so you know. So we will be dropped off at the spot, but it is a walk-in tour through the different fashion houses. You're gonna get some history of some of the houses and stuff, but then also you'll have time to shop in the luxury district because that's where this tour is going to take place. As somebody told me, they even though they have a Louis, they said that they are looking forward to buying a Louis in France. So I'm like, makes sense. So I can't fault her for that. So we're gonna go into the high end fashion because sure, you can go down to Lakeside Mall and try to get you wait, they don't even have Louis in the Lakeside Mall, do they? I'm so sad. But anyway, you could try to buy your Louis or whatever in the regular store in the US, but it's nothing like buying it in France, where Louis Vuitton originates from. So I can understand that. Um, let's see. So yeah, you get to do some shopping. Okay. I do have a question from a Facebook user saying, can kids come? Actually, this trip is geared towards 16 and up. Because there are some other things that you'll see, but yeah, sorry about that. Not for that age, but we do have 16 and up are welcome on this trip. And let's see, during the time, how is the weather? What type of clothes should we bring? Okay, this is spring. Let's see, you're in Mobile. It's it's getting warmer, so you will need spring clothes. But let me tell you something else I do for those who haven't traveled with me yet. I always give you a packing list. It's what I do. It's just part of the perks. My people that are headed out to Los Cabos Memorial Day weekend, they got their little gift package, and in there was a packing list. So I'll never leave you hanging. You can make sure that you will know that you will get the nice packing list, so you'll be ready. Don't worry, I'll have you ready, Sandra. And by the way, if your name is Sandra and not Sandra, just go ahead and correct me. All righty. So we've talked about shopping, we've talked about the tours, we talked about the dinner cruise. Here's the other thing that we close out, and I just want to add that you are not obligated to go on everything, but I don't think you should have a problem with this. We're going to close this out, y'all, with a cabaret and burlesque show. Just letting you know. At one of the more popular cabaret houses in Paris and stuff. So we're going to go with the full champagne dinner. That's how we're going to wrap up the evening. There is some nudity at these shows, brief nudity. I would compare it to like a Vegas show. So we're not talking about Magic City stripping or nothing like that, but maybe the equivalent of what you would see at a show in Vegas, like one of the showgirls. I just like to make people aware. Hey Shantaria, thank you for tuning in. So that is one of the things. So that's how I want to, end it out. I figured, hey, let's just go out with a bang and let's go out Parisian style. So why not a cabaret and burlesque show? So those are pretty much the highlights of what I have on the itinerary. You can tell it's pretty packed. And that's why I said I had to slow myself down because I was about to add some more stuff. And I was like, I can't do this because then people will be so mad that I have y'all all out there tired. But in your free time, just some things that you can consider doing. One of the things that I did not select, but I was so tempted to do it, was to do a food tasting. I thought of, just so you know, because that's another thing, Sandra. In addition to doing packing lists, I also will give you a guide of just some things to look at, some things to do. So, like I said, I like to make sure that you're prepared. So one of the things is I was thinking about a wine and chocolate tasting. You can do those. They have the wine and cheese tasting. They have the macaron tasting or macaroon. I'm pretty sure it's macaron or macaron. How's this? The ones they make in France has one O, and the ones they make in the US have two. And those have coconut and stuff. And the ones I'm talking about are the pretty pastel colors and stuff, those kind of things. So they have those tastings. They have uh, make your own perfume. And and how can I forget, y'all? Disneyland Paris. For those who love the mouse and who are amusement park lovers, there's Disneyland out there. You can go out there for your free time. Of course, you could do shopping because I know there are going to be some people who that's just what they want to do. They have nice boutiques, the Champs-Élysées, which, and I promise you, if I'm saying it wrong, I'll get it right by next year. Like I said, it's kind of like the Rodeo Drive of Paris, but then there's also some great malls out there. What is it? The Galeries de Lafayette. Everybody in Louisiana should know how to say Lafayette. Anyway, that's supposed to be a pretty good mall as well. Pretty good mall, as in it has a lot of high end stores. If you want to check that out, so those are things to keep in mind. So there's so much to do in Paris, and it's so exciting. It's history, it's culture, it's romance, it's fashion, it's food, it's fun, it's everything. And so y'all need to, I mean, how can you miss this trip? So other things I want to point out about this trip. We have single and double occupancy available. And just so you know, to anybody that is not familiar with European hotels, uh European hotels are not set up like American hotels. Generally when we have a double, like two beds in an American hotel, you got two queen beds and you can put four people in. That's not happening in Europe. When you get a double in Europe, you have two single beds. I'll say they're a little bigger than a twin, but they're not as big as what we call a full bed in the United States. So when it's a double, it's only two people in the room. So keep that in mind. And the single would just have the one bed in the room. If you are a couple, you and your significant other, they would have the beds pushed together so that you can sleep together. But if you're going with, your friend or whatever, it would be two single beds, just to keep that in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is space in Europe is not like space in the United States. What I like to tell people when they're getting ready to go to Europe, because I did this before we went to Italy, is think of a cruise ship. If you can get comfortable in your head that I'm about to be in something the size of a cruise ship with that room and that bathroom and stuff, you'll be ready. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I think, hotel rooms are bigger than the cruise ship room, depending on what type of room you get on a cruise ship. But I like to, if you can be comfortable on a cruise ship, you'll be comfortable in a European hotel. I just like to prepare people because I've had, some people go in shock when they see it, but that's just the way they do it there. It's just a different type of life, but it's something that you need to see. That's why I want all of us to travel more and stuff, just so you can see a different type of thing. So I am seeing comments with a lot of people excited, and I'm excited. If you have questions, please, like I said, drop them in the comments section. I see y'all keep coming in and more people watching. Happy with that. Thank you so much. But if you have any comments and questions, please put them in the comment section and I will address them. Now, we do have payment plans available. So a monthly payment plan. So you can either pay for the trip in full or do a payment plan. When you do that, you put down a deposit and then you will get an invoice with your monthly plan. We also have auto pay, meaning that you can have the money deducted from your account automatically. So you don't even have to worry about it. It's a one and done thing. And it's just automatically drafted out of your account. So we have the different options to make it more convenient for you. I want to say this, go ahead and get on this. Some of you all, I know, because y'all sent me messages saying Paris was on the mind. Yeah, I was at the Zulu ball. All I had put out was I didn't even release coming soon on in social media. It was just on my website and I hadn't told anybody about it. And somebody stopped me at the Zulu ball and said, Tabitha, by the way, I'm going on your Paris trip. So people have been waiting on this trip. And I'm telling you this to go ahead and book now. And the reason why I'm saying this is if you've seen recently this week, I went ahead and let y'all know South Africa is sold out. I had to let you know because people, excuse me, have been contacting me about South Africa. I've gotten voicemails, I've had emails, and I'm sorry, y'all. South Africa is booked solid. There is no space available. And somebody actually emailed me and said, I was meaning to book the trip, but I kept forgetting to book it. And now it's filled. And she's on the waiting list. She's the first one on the waiting list, and that's a good thing. But there's no guarantee that space is going to open up. So stop pushing it off. Stop thinking like, oh, I'm going to get to it or whatever. Go ahead and book the trip because you don't want to be in your feelings like you are now with South Africa because you're a little bit hurt because you're going to miss out on an epic trip, which it is. It's going to be so good. So you don't want to do that. We have roommate matching available for this trip. That means that if you don't have a roommate and there could be somebody on the trip available who also is looking for a roommate and you possibly could be matched. You can also, some people may want to just drop, we have a Facebook group. You may find somebody in the group who's also looking to go on the trip and they are looking for a roommate. There's different ways of doing it, but don't miss out on the trip because your friends can't get it together. Just come on the trip. And like I said, there's the single occupancy option available also. So let's see. I'm still just getting a lot of yays and excitement. So I'm happy with this. Does anybody have any more questions? I'm just going over the list. Oh, you know what else I forgot to mention? Guys, we have through all of this, you do have a host on site, which on the Travel Krewe hosted trips, there is a host on site who acts as the liaison for the Travel Krewe. But also we have an English speaking guide. Like I said, my French, it extends as much as what is in New Orleans. And by that, I mean the food and the street names. That's about it. I took Spanish in high school and college. But we do have an English speaking guide that will be with us. So that's another thing. Please feel comfortable in that we have an English speaking guide going along with us. So somebody asked, and again, if you're in the Facebook group, if you don't register your name, I can't see who's speaking to me. Somebody said, do we go to London from Paris? On this trip, no, we are not going to London from Paris, but just so you know, in your free time, you can do it. There is what they call the Channel, Chunnel, that goes between Paris and London. It's about a 2.5 hour trip each way. Part of it goes under the English Channel. I was trying to figure out the body of water. So I think it said it was about 35 minutes underwater under the English Channel, super fast, and supposed to be one of the fastest ways to get from London to Paris. So no, that's not on the itinerary for this trip. But like I said, there's free time on the schedule that you're more than welcome to work that into your trip. Let's see. I have another question. Hi, do you have any information on travel insurance? So I do. Let me see if I have the link for it. So let me say this. I'll go ahead and drop it in the group, the links I have. But whenever I offer a trip, I do give you the information. I don't sell travel insurance. I do not profess to be an agent for travel insurance, but I do go ahead and give you the links to go ahead and book travel insurance. I give you links to 2 different vendors, and I leave it up to you to make sure that you choose the correct policy and that. But I don't sell insurance, but I can definitely give you the links, and I'll go ahead and drop them after we finish with this and wrap up. I'll put them in the section. Also, you may want to go to the YouTube page and check out our travel talk session with Aisha Bruton, the insurance concierge. I rebroadcast it last week also. So that's got some really good knowledge. So if you want to know about travel insurance, watch that rebroadcast. That she breaks down everything you need to know. So she's really, really good with that. So please, by all means, check that out. But I will drop the links that I have into the group after this is over. Hey, Leslie. Thank you, girl, for tuning in. And thanks, guys, for the questions. I know I'm on a delay, meaning I'm a little bit ahead of what's popping up on the screen. So I'm just going to watch the screen for a bit. And I'm going to scroll through, make sure I've answered everybody's question. Okay, I think I've hit. Somebody said I didn't speak to me. I don't know who you are. To those who don't know, if you are in my Facebook group right now, you will see there's a link that says to StreamYard to register your name. If you don't register your name, it comes up on my screen as Facebook user. So I don't know who I'm speaking to. But if you put in the comments, it's Danny. Hey, Danny. I'm speaking to you. So, but just so y'all know, if y'all are tuning in from the Facebook group, if you don't register your name, what pops up on my screen is Facebook user. It doesn't, the name doesn't pop up unless you register. So that's good. Or you just have to identify yourself, which some people do. They just go ahead and say, hey, it's blah, blah, blah. And that's all good. Thank you, girl. Hey, friend. So I'm excited. Let me tell y'all how excited I am. When I was talking to Ricky Stevens, the founder of the Black Paris tour, I told her I was going to start learning French. So if anybody wants to take that challenge with me, I haven't figured out what app I'm going to use, but I'm going to learn some type of French. I have a whole year to do so. I'm going to learn more than I did for Italy. Italy wasn't too hard because it's so similar to Spanish that I could read more than I could speak. But for Italy, I had the basics. And I encourage everybody, wherever country you're going to, if English is not the primary language or easily spoken, go ahead and learn your key phrases. It's just a sign of respect for the country you're visiting. You know, you should know how to say hello, goodbye, thank you, where's the bathroom, how much, please, key phrases. If you can get those key phrases, it'll take you a long way. So you want to do that. I think I've gone through this. And I don't want to hold us because everybody lives in New Orleans. Y'all, the Pelicans should be on. So watching the playoffs, when I realized what time they were coming on, I felt bad. I was like, oh man, my life is going to interfere with the playoff game. But anyway, thank you guys again for tuning in. You can see right there, travelkrewe.com, Paris 2023. That is where you need to go to book the trip. I will go ahead and drop the links for the travel insurance after this is over. If you have any questions that I did not hit in this session, you can still put the comments in the replay. The video remains on the Facebook page and in the Facebook group, and I will answer them. And you can always email or shoot a message. Leslie says Duolingo. All right, girl. I'm going to try it. Somebody else said, oh man, now I forgot. Was it Babbel or whatever? Anyway, I'm going to learn something. So I challenge you, if you're going on this trip, let's learn a little French together so we can say a little bit more than what we're used to seeing every day here. All right, y'all. So you are so welcome, Sandra. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I hope to see your name popping up as somebody that just booked this trip. So like I said, y'all, go ahead, get on it. Don't get left for South Africa because y'all going to stop emailing me and calling me talking about, can you squeeze me in or anything? Nope. Just go ahead and book now. We won't have to go through this. All right, y'all. It's been great. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Those who are going to the Jazz Fest, have fun for me because I can't go. Uh, just enjoy yourselves. Be safe, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.